Bubba Ray Dudley had something interesting that he did with his gear.
Well, it wasn't interesting. It was just, that was Bubba's gear. Bubba and Bully wore a T-shirt, and Bully wore a vest over the T-shirt. I believe Bubba even wore a vest over the T-shirt when we worked, like one of my favorite matches ever on Raw, where we went at each other in that match. It was rough, but it was great to be able to have that physical match with him. But Bubba, it was a locker room thing. I personally didn't care, but a lot of the boys were mad because Bubba threw some heavy-handed overhand chops. They were there. But he wore the shirt, he wore the vest. He might have wore like spandex under the shirt, like a singlet. So you're talking about 3 layers minimum that you have to chop. Sometimes made a thud sound, but really didn't penetrate and make any kind of slapping sound, and obviously didn't leave much of a mark where you're bare-chested and he's lighting you up. I didn't mind because I'm a heel, so my chops I have to be as effective as him. But you can imagine, we talked about it last episode, the locker room, the rumblings, and Bubba's personality already was very polarizing to a point. That's why it was great when he became Bully Ray. And I give him credit for that, because Bully Ray, man, you talk about taking the thing like it's a little bit of a side note here. Him and Devon, the Dudley boys, they can't use the name. They go to TNA. They become Team 3D. Essentially the same thing, but still have 3D in it. Still can use the Dudley Death Drop and all the Dudley, the 3D. Okay. Then Bubba reinvents himself as Bully Ray. He's taking all the stuff from WWE that usually, like, think about it. It's the Rated R superstar, Adam Copeland. What? Mm-hmm. But you can say, oh, Team 3D is the Dudley boys. Bully Ray used to be Bubby Ray. Bubby used to be a Jewish grandmom.
Bubby said Bubba.
Hey, we're over 2 hours into Philly accent and the mispronunciations are in full effect. But I give him credit. But then, you know how the boys are. You're in a locker room. This guy's chopping people and he wears a shirt. Obviously, people are going to look sideways at it. And then Bubba, obviously, is very much for standing up for his own business and being an alpha male when it comes to the creative process. You're going to rub people the wrong way. I didn't care. I'll say it again. For me, if I was a babyface, I'm trying to out-chop them, I'd be like, well, this is bullshit. We're not going to chop them because I can't outshine you during this with this particular thing. That's splitting hairs. You can do something else. But as a heel, I didn't care. And then it would be, okay, well, I can lay in the chops, and if I could at least get a thud, I don't care if I leave a mark or not.